Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Hanna at Atlas Health Australia in North Lakes, Brisbane. And I'm going to mention today about why we actually have you rest post-adjustment. It has to do with a concept that was discovered through the 1930s, 40s, and 50s about how the adjustment works and how it actually settles. And a large part of the work, it was published in this book, Chiropractic Clinical Controlled Research, in 1951. What the researchers found and discovered that it is not the force of the adjustment that actually makes the correction. The adjustment just produces a vibration that allows the body then to use its own muscles and its own resources to allow the vertebra to sit and to reseat itself back into the proper orientation. We try to provide a force into the body that it will actually accept and is easy to catch, kind of like gently lobbing a ball versus throwing it as hard as we can at the completely wrong angle. But after we've applied this force, the body needs the opportunity for it actually then to settle. And so what was done through the 30s, 40s, and 50s at the research setting is that all patients, after they were adjusted, they had a mandatory 1 hour lie down. And they actually preferred and insisted 2 hours. And in extreme cases, it would be 3 or longer. Now, that might have been a little bit overkill, but we're also talking some of the worst of the worst of the worst kind of cases that have gone to this clinic. What they found in subsequent years is that even as little as 10 to 15 minutes post-adjustment is sufficient to allow for the tissues of the neck following the adjustment to gel. So think of making jello or some kind of gelatin, something like that. It takes a little bit of time to set, but once it does, then it is more or less solid thereafter. So resting post-adjustment makes a big difference. And there's also a big difference between actually sitting down, reclining back, versus simply going for a walk post-adjustment. The reason is when you go for a walk, it's good, but you are still under the influence of gravity. By lying down, it reduces that effect and allows things to settle here much clearer and much better. So I know it's a little bit hard in our modern area where we just want to get back out into the world, but it's sometimes not just for the element of de-stressing and relaxing, but to actually allow our adjustment to settle so that we can have that adjustment hold better and as a result do longer in the long term is terribly important. Hope that this makes a little bit more sense of why we insist here always resting post-adjustment. This is Dr. Jeff Hanna, restoring the cause of life from above down, inside out.